Welcome to Mindful Moments. Nourish your mind on the go. This audio uses AI narration to present our original book analysis. Today we're diving into The Chalice of the Gods, the sixth book in Rick Riordan's Percy Jackson universe. Now you might be thinking, another Percy Jackson book, what's the big deal? But this one takes a relatable anxiety, college applications, and throws in a mythical twist.
Yeah, it's fascinating how Riordan takes something as mundane as college applications and weaves it into this extraordinary world. Percy's graduating from alternative high school, a school for kids who face some tough situations, including being demigods.
And just when he thinks he's caught a break, he gets a surprise visit from his dad, Poseidon, the god of the sea. Not your typical parent-teacher conference, right?
Not at all. And during this unusual meeting, Poseidon reveals that to attend New Rome University, a college specifically for demigods, Percy needs 3 letters of recommendation from gods. Imagine needing a glowing review from, say, the god of war or the goddess of wisdom.
That's a lot of pressure. So to get these divine endorsements, Percy sent on a series of quests, each more outlandish than the last. His first quest involves helping Ganymede, the cupbearer of the gods, recover his stolen chalice, and the prime suspect is none other than Chalice, the god of old age. Chalice embodies the resentment and weariness that can come with time. He's not a villain in the traditional sense. He's more like a force of nature, challenging the god's obsession with eternal youth.
Right, and this challenge becomes very personal for Percy, who, like all teenagers, is grappling with his own sense of mortality. The search for the chalice leads Percy, his girlfriend Annabeth, and his best friend Grover, to Heebie-Jeebies, a nostalgia-themed amusement park run by Hebe, the goddess of youth. It's a place where childhood memories are amplified by divine power.
Hebe accidentally de-ages the trio, turning them into 8-year-olds. This forced regression isn't just about being physically younger. It's about confronting those childhood anxieties and insecurities that we all carry with us. And they're not just dealing with emotional baggage. They're running from a flock of aggressive chickens. It's hilarious and chaotic. But it also highlights the vulnerability that comes with revisiting our past selves.
While all this is happening, Hebe suggests that Iris, the messenger goddess, might be involved in the theft. This sends Percy on his second quest, to cleanse Iris's staff in the river Ellison, the purest river in the world.
Sounds simple enough. Except the river Ellison isn't what it used to be. It's been polluted and neglected, turned into the grimy Sawmill River in Yonkers.
It's a powerful reminder that even in a world of gods and monsters, environmental issues have real consequences. This quest becomes about more than just cleaning a staff. It's about facing the damage we inflict on the natural world.
And Percy's tasked with confronting Ellison, the river god.
Yeah.
Who's not exactly thrilled about having his already polluted waters disturbed.
Ellison is this wonderfully complex character. He's vain, sarcastic, and surprisingly a yoga enthusiast.
Yeah.
But beneath that prickly exterior, you can sense his frustration and despair over the state of his river.
Percy tries to reason with Ellison, but things go from bad to worse when he accidentally unleashes his powers, nearly causing a catastrophic explosion. It's a reminder that even with the best of intentions, our actions can have unintended consequences.
It's also a reminder that Percy is still learning to control his immense power, and sometimes that power can be more destructive than helpful.
Thankfully, Annabeth saves the day with a simple yet powerful gesture, offering Ellison a thermos of herbal tea.
It's a small act of kindness that speaks volumes about Annabeth's wisdom and her understanding of both the human and divine.
And it works, soothed by the tea. Ellison reveals that Garrus is hiding in Washington Square Park, leading Percy to his final quest to retrieve the chalice.
So Percy finds himself facing Chalice in Washington Square Park. This isn't just a battle for a stolen chalice. It's a confrontation with the very concept of aging.
And this is where the nectar comes in, right?
Exactly. Percy uses concentrated nectar, the drink of the gods, to track down Chalice. But the nectar has an unexpected side effect. It slows down time for everyone except Chalice. He's literally weaponizing time against Percy.
Talk about an unfair advantage.
It is. It's like he's forcing Percy to experience the weight of centuries in just a few moments.
So how does Percy, a demigod known for his strength and agility, fare against the embodiment of old age?
Not well. Every move Percy makes, every ounce of strength he exerts, seems to make him feel older, weaker, more exhausted. Riordan does a brilliant job of illustrating how time can wear us down, how even the strongest among us are eventually humbled by age.
Makes you think about those moments in life when you've felt that pressure, that sense of time slipping away, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And for Percy, who's always relied on his youth and vitality, this is a completely new kind of challenge. His usual fighting style is useless against Garrus.
So what does he do?
He tries to fight back, to resist the effects of aging. But it's a losing battle. Just when it seems like he's about to be crushed by the weight of time, he has a realization. He can't beat old age in a physical fight.
So he gives up.
Not exactly. He surrenders to the inevitability of aging. Instead of fighting Jairus, he embraces him. Literally. Percy hugs Jairus. And it's this unexpected act of compassion that disarms the god of old age.
It seems counterintuitive, but it's actually a brilliant move.
Think about it. Jairus has spent millennia witnessing the god's fear and denial of aging. He's seen countless mortals struggle against the inevitable. But in Percy's embrace, he sees something different. He sees acceptance, understanding, even respect for the process of aging.
It's like Percy saying, I get it. We all get old. It's a part of life.
Exactly. And that simple act of empathy is enough to break through Jairus' bitterness and resentment. He relinquishes the chalice, acknowledging that Percy has, in a way, defeated him.
But there's a twist, right? Percy retrieves the chalice.
Yeah.
But the recommendation letter is blank.
It's another reminder that the journey is just as important as the destination. The letter itself doesn't matter as much as what Percy learned along the way.
He faced his fear of aging, he showed compassion to a being who represented everything he feared, and he ultimately triumphed, not through strength, but through understanding.
And that's a lesson that extends far beyond the pages of this book. It's a lesson about facing our own fears, about accepting the things we can't change, and about finding strength in unexpected places.
So what happens next? Does Percy get his recommendation letter?
He does, but not in the way you might expect. And there are still 2 more letters to go, 2 more quests to face before he can secure his place at New Rome University.
So Percy returns to Ganymede, right? Having faced a god, and in a way, faced his own mortality. But like you said, the recommendation letter is blank. What's the takeaway there?
Well, it's almost as if the universe, or maybe Riordan, is saying that true growth, true worthiness, it can't be summed up in a letter. You know, Percy had to earn those insights, and those insights themselves are the real prize.
Yeah, and it's not like he just walks away empty-handed.
No, not at all. Percy's family rallies around him. They fill that blank letter with heartfelt messages, funny anecdotes, the things that truly capture who he is. It's a reminder that even demigods, even heroes, they still need the love and support of their families.
It's a nice touch of realism, that even in this world of gods and monsters, family still matters.
Oh, absolutely. And speaking of family, we can't forget Poseidon's role in all of this. He doesn't just send Percy on these quests, he offers guidance and ultimately a deep understanding of his son's struggles.
You mentioned a heart-to-heart. What happens there?
Poseidon reveals that he was once much like Jairus, afraid of aging and clinging to his youth. But over time, he learned to accept the natural cycle of life and death. He sees Percy's compassion towards Jairus as a sign of true maturity.
So almost like Percy's teaching his dad a lesson, too, about letting go of that fear.
There's definitely a sense of that, and Poseidon, in his own way, acknowledges Percy's growth. He may not have written the recommendation letter, but his acceptance and pride speak volumes.
And we get a glimpse of Athena, Annabeth's mother, possibly pulling some strings behind the scenes, too. Even the gods can be subtle in their support. 2 more letters to go, though. That means 2 more quests, 2 more challenges for Percy to overcome.
Which begs the question, what will those challenges be? What other fears or weaknesses will Percy have to confront? And who will he turn to for guidance and support along the way?
This has been a fascinating deep dive into the Chalice of the Gods. It's more than just a fun adventure. It's a story about facing our fears, accepting ourselves, and finding strength in the people we love.
It really is, and it leaves us with some thought-provoking questions. What would your godly recommendation letter say? What quests would you face to earn a divine endorsement?
It's a great prompt for self-reflection. And if you want to find out what happens next in Percy's journey, you'll have to read the book. We highly recommend it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more AI-narrated book analyses, and you can purchase The Chalice of the Gods using the link provided below. Until next time, keep nourishing your mind on the go.